New construction is the most expensive way to buy real estate, and it should be, as everything is brand new. And in some cases, what you're choosing at the design center is not worth what you're paying. Here are the top 5 places to upgrade when you're designing your new construction home. The first and most important aspect of designing new construction is to look at the lot. When you walk into the sales center, they should have a diagram of how the community is laid out. The streets, the sidewalks, the parks, the basketball courts, these have both positive and negative connotations. But I think we can all agree that the cul-de-sac location with the large, flat backyard is the most desirable. So when you're choosing your lot, keep in mind if there's a lot premium. Chances are the best locations in the neighborhood are going to remain the best locations. The second most valuable aspect of designing your new construction home will be square footage. If you're looking at what you can change or update after you've moved in, adding square footage can be some of the most costly upgrade you can make. And at that point, we're talking about making updates to the property that are cash out of pocket or leveraged against a credit line that is likely much higher than your mortgage interest rate. So asking the builder to finish the square footage, making you a larger home, is ultimately the greatest way to protect your value, especially in a new construction community where most of the models have the same or at least similar builder finishes. An appraiser will generally use condition as an apples to apples comparison and say, well, if this model sold for that, that model must sell for this. It's almost always based on a dollar per square foot calculation. It's very difficult for an appraiser to justify that a smaller home is worth more than a larger home, especially when they need to be so calculated about those upgrades. I can tell you from personal experience, on my appraisal, my 48-inch Thermador range was valued exactly the same as my neighbor's 48-inch GE Cafe range. Speaking of kitchens, I think that's the third most important place where you can spend money towards upgrades when visiting the design studio. If, again, you're talking about what you can upgrade as maybe your tastes change, kitchen and bath cabinetry are going to be very expensive and difficult. If you wanted to have an upgraded color, quality, style, I think it's well worth doing that in the design center when the home is built. If you were to add cabinets or try and do something complementary years down the road, it's very possible that the design wouldn't match, the color wouldn't match, and manufacturing custom cabinets is just an absolute fortune. So if you'd like to keep your kitchen looking consistent, you could even save money on the countertops because you have plenty of options there. But cabinetry in both the kitchen and the baths are ultimately where people will put their money. The fourth most important and probably one of the more expensive options are going to be decks, concrete patios, almost any exterior hardscape that you can get the builder to do. Again, this goes back to the concept that as your life moves on in your new home and you start building a little bit of a nest egg, are you going to choose to spend 10, 15, 20,000 or even more dollars on exterior? Or are you going to take that vacation or pay off debt or college, wisdom teeth, another car? It's unfortunate, but the reality is when you drive through some of these new construction neighborhoods, if you look at everyone's backyards, you'll see a lot of those 2x4 beams securing the back sliding glass door. People that had every intention of putting together a deck, but it didn't happen. And I will meet with those people 10, 15, 20 years after their homes are built. They had every intention of putting on a deck, but financially, it just didn't make sense. So when you can have the builder put it on and take that cost, roll it into your mortgage payment at a very low interest rate, or certainly lower than you could put it on any credit card, that's another really good place to spend money in the design center and be assured of its value should you need to sell immediately in the future. An appraiser will see that and give credit. The fifth place that I think is worth investing a little bit of money is actually something that's kind of going out of fashion. It used to be in the past that in-home surround sound speakers were a premium upgrade. And the truth is, they're much easier to install pre-drywall when an electrician can come in and run all of the lines and have the speakers installed, but also security systems. If you'd like to have pre-wired cameras, interior and exterior, those are things that are best done before the siding is put on, before the drywall is put on. And you can take photos during construction to see exactly where your lines are run. So if you ever need to make an adjustment, you know exactly where to cut a hole in the wall. Thanks for joining me as we're going through the strategies of designing the perfect new construction home. Stay tuned for a future episode while I tackle the top things you definitely don't want to put in your new construction home. Again, my name is Krissy Cruse. I'm an agent in Northern Virginia with Pearson Realty, and I'll see you again next week.